What's going on? This is your favorite speaker, Britton Harvest. Hashtag breadcrumbs. Hashtag random acts of kindness, RAK. Metaphysical. Spiritual. Telepathy. Now you all understand what this video is about? Let's dive right in. Let's go. You all take a look at the mirror all the time. And a lot of times people tell you, hey, in order for you to have change, you need to look at the person in the mirror. Or it starts with the person in the mirror. Or I'm talking to the man in the mirror. You heard the Michael Jackson song. When you look in the mirror, are you happy with what you see? Do you feel as though you can make some changes? Are there some things or some tweaking you can make to all of a sudden make yourself feel good about yourself? I don't know. That's something you need to ask yourself. Because if you're looking in the mirror and you're trying to change what you see, you're missing the boat. You're missing the boat because that person that is inside of the person that you're looking at in the mirror, that's the one you need to focus on. There is a spiritual self to you. And a lot of times we do not become acquainted with our spiritual self. And we focus so much on the physical side of things to where we miss the boat. And we miss the boat because society has conditioned us to think that when your physicality looks a certain way, we begin to praise you. We begin to adore you. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want. But do realize this. That thing that you're worshiping, that thing that you adore, is decaying as we speak. You all call it getting older. I call it dying. Because that's exactly what you're doing when you're on this earth. Your physicality has an expiration date. Your physicality is not and was not meant to last forever. I don't care how much you try to preserve it. It was not meant to last forever. But your spirituality is. Your spirituality was here before the physicality. So if your spirituality was here before the physicality, why would I focus on the latter? Why would I give so much credence to something that is temporary? Because my spirituality is what's guiding me as we speak. So if I'm not one in touch with my spirituality, I'm lost in the physical realm. The physical realm can move me any which way it wants to because I am not connected to my higher self. There is a higher self inside of you. And if you're not connected to it, you will be bound to the laws of the physical world. Your thoughts come before action. Everything that is in action has a thought that comes before it. And if the thought comes before it, I'm going to focus on how I can manifest my thoughts or how I can train my thoughts before I focus on the action. Because my thoughts are controlling my action. My actions are not controlling my thoughts. So why would I not just dwell and work on the root of the issue rather than work along the external or the extension of the issue? Train your thoughts. Discipline your thoughts. Exercise your mind. These are the things that you need to do in order to become one with the spiritual self. But if you don't want to become one with your spiritual self, then don't worry about doing any of that. Continue to do what you've been doing. Continue to worship the physicality. Continue to think that that's going to get you where you need to go. Because in the physicality, you have limits. There's only so much you can do in this physical realm. It's only when you are intertwined or one with your spiritual self to where everything you do in this physical realm becomes miraculous. Everything you do in this physical realm, you become great. That's when they start looking at you as a god because they realize there is a higher self in you that speaks above your physicality. There's an energy about you. And people can feel that energy and they don't even have to be around you. People can know what you're talking about and you don't even have to say a word, because that's telepathy, ladies and gentlemen. You can speak without speaking. You don't have to always open your mouth to communicate. All you have to do is just have your presence and you're intertwined and be one with yourself. And if you are that, people will know exactly who you are as a person. People will know exactly why you're here, and they will know exactly what your purpose is because it's felt. Quit worshiping something that is temporary. Quit worshiping something that has an expiration date. Your physicality was meant to be here for a certain amount of time. Then after that, it's gone and it ain't ever coming back. But your spiritual self is infinite. Your spiritual self is timeless. Your spiritual self is shapeless. Your spiritual self is felt. And when you are one with that, there's nothing you can't do in this physical world. There's nothing holding you back when you are one with your spiritual self. But you cannot become one with your spiritual self if you don't exercise it. Just like you exercise your physicality, exercise your spirituality. Your spirituality comes first. Your spirituality is what is guiding you. I want to focus on the root. Because by focusing on the roots, everything that is an extension of the roots will be fine. But you all are doing it backwards. You're doing it backwards because society has taught you to do it backwards. And by doing it backwards, that's why you're lost. By doing it backwards, that's why you don't know who you are. By doing it backwards, that's why you entertain anything that comes your way. By doing it backwards, that's why you are having the results that you are having. You have to reprogram yourself. And by reprogramming yourself, you go back to doing things the way they're supposed to be done. You're able to communicate without saying a word. You can walk into a room and people will feel you before they lay eyes on you. That's when you're communicating on a higher level. That's when you're vibrating higher. That's when people all of a sudden know that there's a presence about this person and I just want to be around them. You don't have to text to get your point across. I don't have to pick up the phone to let you know how I feel. You feel it because you feel my presence, because I am one with my spiritual self. This is metaphysical, y'all. This goes far beyond the physical world. Everything around you, you should be able to communicate with without saying a word. Our ancestors did it. They did it because they understood how important it was. I should be able to be in the presence of you, whether same room or same city or same state, it doesn't matter. We should still be able to communicate. I should still be able to know what it is you're talking about or what it is that you're feeling. That's when you know it supersedes the physicality. And when you supersede the physicality, everything that happens on this realm doesn't matter. It is of none importance. But you all are so caught up until your ego gets the best of you. Your ego, that's a characteristic of the physicality. Lose it. Your attitude, characteristic of the physicality. Lose it. It can do nothing for you in the next realm. What is it going to do for you? You have all the time in the world to get to know your spiritual self, but you're so focused on your spiritual or your physical self to where you're missing the boat. And you wonder why you're not overachieving. All of your overachievers are one with their spiritual self, because your spiritual self transcends the laws that are here in this physical world. But you all wouldn't know that because you're not getting to know yourself. You all wouldn't know that because you're running from it. You all wouldn't know that because you're actually going through a third party in order for the third party to tell you more about yourself than you should know. Why would you go through a middleman? You don't need a middleman. You are one with everything around you. You are one with nature. You are one with the cosmos. You are one with the universe. You are one with the stars. You are one with the planets. What you need a middleman for? You only need a middleman when you don't know who you are as a person. So if you don't know who you are as a person, anybody can come along and tell you who you should be. And if they're going to tell you who you should be, how do you know they're telling you the truth? Think about it. Does anything else in nature go through a middleman in order for them to know about their spirituality? In order for them to know about who they are as a person? Does anything in nature go through a middleman? Because if it does, I want to know. But we're supposed to be so intelligent, but yet we use a middleman to tell us how to connect to our spirituality. We use a middleman who is not even speaking to us using telepathy to tell us about our spiritual self. How is that so? I am in direct contact with my spiritual self. I talk to my spiritual self all the time. Not only do I talk to my spiritual self all the time, it leads and it guides me to wherever it is I need to be. There's no such thing as time in the spiritual realm. So I don't operate off of, well, it's not my timing yet. So if it's not my timing yet, I need to hurry up, or I need to wait, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. I'm not worried about that because there's no such thing as time in the spiritual realm. When it's supposed to happen, it will happen. In the meantime, I'm still trying to get to know myself. I'm still trying to better myself as a person. I'm still challenging myself. So whenever I do things in the physical realm, I will transcend it. I will actually, instead of being average or instead of being good, I will be great. I will do things that doctors will probably think were miraculous because they're just bound to this physical world. I transcend it because I'm practicing it over and over again, and I'm not going through a third party to do it. I don't need nobody to tell me about me. Who's going to tell me more about me than me? I don't need a liaison. I know who I am. And when you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are. You are so much more than what you see in that mirror. You are so much more than what people are telling you. Dig deeper. Get to know yourself. And by getting to know yourself, you won't fall victim or prey to what everybody else is telling you or who they're telling you you are. This is your favorite speaker, Britton Harvest. Hashtag breadcrumbs. Hashtag random acts of kindness, RAK. I love y'all, man. And that's metaphysical. I'm out.